Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm down at Carolina Auto Direct and I have the keys to this 2022 Mercedes Benz AMG GT53. So huge shout out to them for providing this vehicle for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. They have a ton of almost brand new inventory on the lot, so definitely check them out. The AMG that you see behind me is finished off in graphite gray mango, and it has a list price right at $130,000. To start off today's review, we're going to take a look at what powers this AMG. Underneath the hood is the 3-liter inline 6-cylinder turbocharged engine with the EQ system. This is also paired to the 9-speed automatic transmission, and it pumps out 429 horsepower and 384 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent through the 4MATIC all-wheel drive system. This weighs in right around 4,500 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds, up to its top speed of 174 miles an hour, and it has a fuel capacity of 21.1 gallons. You'll expect the fuel economy to be 19 miles per gallon in the city and 24 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 116.2 inches. Its overall length is 199.2. It has a width of 76.9 and a height of 57.3 inches. As we move on to the exterior styling now for this AMG, let's start off with both of the Mercedes Benz badges. So there's one in the grille as well as one just underneath the hood. The one in the grille is a part of the adaptive cruise and all of that technology, so it is a sensor nicely incorporated into the badge so it doesn't break up the rest of the front end design. There's also plenty of cutouts in this upper grille to provide cooling to this engine. The AMG badge is over on that driver's side. And this also has LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals with a really nice sleek housing. The DRL and the turn signal is the same strip that you can see running across the inside, the lower section, and on top, with the headlights and the high beams right in the middle, of course. Just giving it a really nice design. You can see the crisp line just on the upper section of the housing surrounding the grille there, just to match nicely. And there's also plenty of cutouts in the lower section of the grille. There's even active grille shutters down below to provide even more cooling and aerodynamics, as well as having all the parking sensors, which are nicely incorporated as well. Really nice lines in the lower section. There's some gloss black trim right in the middle and some great lines running down the hood. You can see them meeting the top of that line that I mentioned earlier, just to give it a really nice look. And as we move on to the side, this has a really unique set of 19-inch wheels with a brushed finish and a multi-spoke pattern. This model also has the AMG brakes. The calipers are finished off very similar to the wheels to tie in nicely. And these wheels are really growing on me. They definitely have a unique design, but on this four-door vehicle, I think they match really nicely. The side mirrors are also finished off in carbon fiber. They have the integrated turn signal and a camera underneath them. This does have a sunroof up top. All of the window trim is blacked out. There is some chrome on the door handles. Half of them are also body colored just to blend in a little bit nicer. Really cool lines run down the side, and of course this has that hatchback style. It's not a true sedan, but it has a really nice rake to that rear glass. And then leading on to the rear with the massive fixed carbon fiber wing, which gives it a really cool sporty design. This has a backup camera that will pop out once you have the car in reverse, so it is hidden when it's not in reverse, of course. Really nice set of LED taillights, which have a sleek housing to them. This has parking sensors right in the middle, and then some fins in the lower diffuser just to add to that sporty design. And the quad tip dual exhaust is on both sides. Very nice paint job for this model. It's around a $5,000 option, but I would definitely take it. This is a really sinister looking AMG model. So with the exterior wrapped up, let's move on to the cargo. So you can use the button on the key fob to open and close this hatch. And with it open, there's definitely plenty of room for any items you need to place back here. Really nice flat surface. There's a speaker on one side, as well as a strap so you can place any items in here if needed. There's a 12-volt and a hook over on that passenger side. And underneath the floor, if I open this up, there's a little bit of storage space if you need to utilize this, and there's even a collapsible bucket. So if you want to use that as well, you can put some items in there. And like I mentioned earlier, you can use the key fob or one of the two buttons up top. The one on the right will close and lock it. The one on the left will just close it. And with that wrapped up, let's make our way to the back seats. And you can use the rear door handles to lock and unlock this vehicle, which is really nice. And then moving on to this interior, this is called Red Pepper. It's a really nice combo against this exterior color. On this door panel, you can see all of that leather and black stitching. There's carbon fiber, more leather and stitching on the top section, brushed aluminum surrounding the speaker, as well as on the release handle and the window control. There's a little bit of storage space down in that lower section as well. And this is a 4-seater, so we get some bucket seats for your backseat passengers, which is great to see. Two-tone design as well. There's even some suede on the intersection there. And at 5'10", it's time to hop into these back seats, where I have the front seat set at my height, so I have plenty of room for my feet and my legs, and I have around an inch or two above my head. Like I mentioned, very comfortable bucket seats for your backseat passengers. This is really cool to be able to sit in. Also, let's take a look at the Alcantara headliner, which is a great touch. Right in the middle, there's a little bit of storage as well as 2 USBs. There's even 2 cup holders as well. And then 2 air vents right in the middle. If I fold this down, there's a little bit of storage as well as a 12 volt if you need to use that. And we'll take a look at the visibility out of that back window, which is pretty large. A little bit of a bulky pillar, but there is a window right there. So from the driver's seat, we'll take a look at visibility later in this video. We have the dome lights on both sides and the top as well. Definitely a very, very beautiful interior for your backseat passengers. And now as we work our way to the front seats, of course we can lock and unlock it just like the rear one. And then on the door panel, this has the addition of all of these seating adjustments, the memory seating adjustments. These are heated and ventilated. You can even control the passenger front seat by pushing on this dial and then using all of these controls. You'll see the Burmester audio sound system with one of those speakers. All the window controls and side mirror adjustments are all finished off in brushed aluminum, as well as the release handle and even the cargo lift. And there's a lot more storage in the lower section of the door there. A really nice door panel with all these materials. AMG is also down on the door sill. This is an illuminating badge. It's going to be hard to see during the day. And then making our way to these front bucket seats, AMG is nicely stamped in the lower section with this brushed aluminum trim. You can see the two-tone design, really, really nice addition to this model. And as we work our way in now, very low door sill, so it's easy to enter and exit, as well as being able to grab that door. And then moving on to the steering wheel, it has Alcantara on the sides, solid leather on the top and the bottom with AMG and a flat bottom design. Really, really nice steering wheel for this model. We have a ton of controls on both sides, which we'll get to by starting this up. So with my foot on the brake, that button is over on this right side, and we can bring this to life. And coming back to this massive digital gauge cluster, there's a ton of information that we can go through, and it is very configurable by using only 3 buttons over on this left side. There's back, home, and then right in the middle, you can actually use this to scroll up, down, left, and right. So we're gonna start off right in the middle where the tach would be, where you can see the odometer. If I scroll down, then we can pull up the tach. And there's a few other settings on this one that we can go through just to monitor any of this information that you'd like to see. Now, if I scroll over to the right, now we can monitor all of this information like the tach. If I scroll down, there's some vitals to look at, as well as horsepower and boost, all the different settings that you can put this vehicle into, as well as the G-force meter. If I scroll down again, there's some consumption, and then being able to pull up the navigation. And then going all the way over to the left side, currently it shows the miles per hour. If I scroll down, there's the date and the time. You can also look at how long you've been in the vehicle and some averages. You can reset those as needed, look at your route schedule, even pull up the radio, and then look at your speed in a little bit different of a view. Now, if I push on the home button, you can pull up a lot more information. Go over to the performance, the navigation, look at your phone. If I go into performance, now we can just view this screen here where you'll see this design. And if I scroll down with this information, now we have a few different other settings like horsepower and boost. And you can see what I currently showed over on that right screen is now in the middle. So it just depends on what you'd like to see, which is really great. Going back to the home setting now, there's even all the driver assistance that you can go through. And it's also really easy to use this to scroll through all this information. You can go into the service as well as the different displays. So we've been in Super Sport. If I go to understated, now the entire gauge cluster will change. You can see miles per hour on one side, along with the power and the EQ system over on that right side. If I go back into home now and we go to the displays again, we can go into sport where you'll see the gauge cluster change again, a little bit different of an angle. And then the last one to go into is classic. So with classic, you will see it change one more time with a different color. Also over on this left side is all of the cruise and adaptive cruise control settings. And there's a configurable dial in the lower section. So currently traction control is on the upper section and a shortcut to the camera system is on the lower section. All I need to do is push on this. Now we have the AMG dynamics. If I push on it again, we can adjust the suspension, suspension. There's also the exhaust note, and then being able to go from drive into the manual setting. On the upper section, you can do the exact same thing, and then in order to activate these, so the drive mode there, all I have to do is push on this toggle. Now you can see it go into M or back into drive. Same with the camera system. I can push on that, it will pop up on that system there, push on it again, it will shut off. It's really cool to have that configurability. And then over on the right side are the different driving modes. So there's Sport, Comfort, Sport Plus, and Individual. Just by twisting on that dial, you can quickly do that. There's also a slippery mode as well. And then above that is volume and Bluetooth, as well as the voice commands, even a favorites button that you can set up within that center screen. And just above that, we have the same dials you saw over on the left side, except these now control that center screen. We'll get back to that in just a second. Over on this left side is the electronic parking brake, as well as the headlight adjustments, more leather and carbon fiber. There's even leather on the entire dash. And this has the heads-up display. So currently it's showing miles per hour, as well as the compass. And then working our way to this center screen, it's really nice how it flows nicely with the gauge cluster, so it looks like one continuous screen. And there's a lot more info that you can go through. This is a touchscreen system, so you can use that or the dials that I showed over on the right side of the steering wheel. We have some of that same information that was on that center gauge cluster and some new information like the track pace. Now you do have to use this obviously when you're on the track or any situation like that, but you can go through a lot of this information to measure and just to have stats for what you're doing for the day. Really cool to be able to see that in a factory vehicle like this, especially for a family-oriented vehicle as well. We have different settings and apps to go into, and you can even go down into some themes. So just like the center gauge cluster, you can configure this how you'd like to by going through all of that information. So it's a really nice touchscreen system, very intuitive. We have 4 air vents just underneath that with more of that carbon fiber leading all the way to the passenger side, so you can get an angle at how beautiful this interior is. And then working our way to the middle, we have all the climate controls as well as temperature. There's a menu button right in the middle, so you can quickly pull that up on the upper screen if needed, and you can make adjustments here if you like to. Of course, you have all those toggles down below. And then you can see even more carbon fiber. If I open this up now, there's 2 USBs down below, as well as a 12 volt and 2 cup holders if you need to use those. There's also this removable cup if you'd like to use that and store it down below if needed. We can easily close that up. Behind that are some shortcuts to be able to use that center screen, like your phone, map and navigation. So I can push on that and pull it up in full screen. Really great graphics for this system. There's a favorites button, as well as a shortcut to the camera system. So let's go over that now. Currently, if I push on these dials over on the right side, we're pulling up the forward-facing camera, and there's a few different angles just depending on what you'd like to see. And then we can switch to the rear-facing camera and pull that up in full screen, and there's a few different settings for that. Really nice to be able to do that. You can, of course, put the vehicle into reverse by using the shifter. So it's finished off in leather with a really nice embroidery on the top section, and then pushing it forwards is for reverse, all the way back is drive. Park is on the front section there. And then working our way back to some of these controls, if I push on the Mercedes car there, we can get quick access to all of this technology, whether you have the steering assist, you have your heads-up display, you want to go through the lane keeping assist, or even all of the lights, the interior ambient lighting. There are so many different settings that you can quickly get to monitor all of that information. Just behind that, we do have a third way to use that screen. So we have this mouse pad that you can use, as well as the home and the back button. So depending on if you like to use that, the one on the steering wheel or the touch screen itself, very versatile, which is cool to see. And then on the left and the right side are some more controls. Pushing on this one here will pull up a shortcut to the different driving modes. So we already went through those on the steering wheel. Just behind that, we have the manual and drive. So that allows you to use these massive steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, which are finished off in brushed aluminum, gives it a really nice design. There's also a few different settings for the suspension, traction control you can turn on or off. Over on the right side is volume for the radio. We have the engine start stop feature. And the last one is for the exhaust note, so you can make that louder as needed. And then working our way to the center armrest, you can see there's a little bit of storage space if you need to utilize that. Over on the passenger side is the glove box with plenty of room for all of that info as well. We'll take another look at these beautiful seats. Definitely lightens up this interior. And like I mentioned earlier, this does have a sunroof. We have the manual adjusting sunshade, so you can use that, as well as some of the controls up top to be able to open that up. There is a sunglass holder as well, and the dome lights and some call buttons are just behind that. So getting behind the wheel now for this 2022 Mercedes Benz AMG GT53. I gotta say, this is a really sweet family sedan. If you want something that is highly performance oriented, we even have 4 seats instead of 5 because there are rear bucket seats. So if you want your backseat passengers to almost feel the exact excitement that you have from the front seats, really cool to be able to see that. For the price too, this is incredibly nice. We have all the carbon fiber, leather, Alcantara. This is a really, really sweet place to be. So with that said, let's pop it into Sport Plus. We have the suspension in Sport Plus. We're also going to put it into the manual setting as well, so we can use these paddles. Just a mild acceleration. We got some pops. This is pretty sweet. We'll do one more acceleration here. A mild acceleration, and we are up to speed just like that. It's not crazy loud for being performance oriented like it is, but it definitely sounds good. Now, if we tone it back into comfort mode, it completely goes away. So this is a great daily driver because of all the adjustments that you have, whether you want to just drive this to work or push on a few buttons and take it to some back roads. You have pretty much the best of everything. And I gotta say, the shifts in this are incredibly quick. As soon as I hit that paddle, we are into the next gear, even on the downshifts. And then let's talk about visibility real quick. Like I mentioned earlier from the back seats, that pillar is a little bit bulky, but from the driver's seat here, I can see that window that I pointed out earlier. So I can see over my right shoulder, out of my left shoulder here. Very easy to see with that window. So I don't have any issues with visibility. And along with that, looking out of the back glass, even with that massive fixed wing, I can see under it, I can see over it. It's really not in the way. And then switching over to the POV angle, let's give it one more acceleration. About half throttle there, and we are up to speed. I couldn't imagine ripping on this and getting it a little bit quicker, but even then, this is still very fun, very responsive as well. And I love seeing the engine vitals there that I was able to pull up right in the middle. You can monitor your performance, your torque, and some of the other temperature vitals as well. And I've noticed when you slow down, it does pull up the forward-facing camera. I'm sure that's a setting that you can adjust. So if you're in parking lot situations, it will automatically pull up just to help you pull into a parking spot or something like that. But from the POV angle, you can see just how luxurious this interior is. Steering wheel has these notches on both sides, so it gives you good grip with the paddles easily accessible right behind it. All of the carbon fiber and the brushed aluminum, it just gives it that Mercedes Benz feel, which is of course great. Super comfortable to drive. There's no wind noise, there's no road noise. This would make for an excellent daily driver if you need or still need the practicality of having a four-door vehicle. So we have to do one last acceleration before we give this back. We got pops. Definitely a really sweet ride. But that's gonna wrap it up for this walk around review and test drive behind the wheel of this 2022 Mercedes Benz AMG GT53. Once again, massive shout out to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this amazing performance oriented vehicle for me today. Definitely check out their website. They have a ton of awesome, basically brand new pre-owned inventory. So check them out, that link is down below. Give the video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.